Hi, and here is today's question. Should you add an emotional punch to every headline you write? So this is a question, this comes from Sheila, who's taken my course on how to write better headlines. And she's also studied headline writing elsewhere, where people have said, hey, you've always got to, add this emotional punch to every headline you write. So do I agree? I'm going to give that a qualified yes. I do believe that a headline that stimulates some kind of emotion is usually going to work harder. But like I say, a qualified yes, because it really depends to some degree on the purpose of the page you are creating. So if I am creating content pages, the primary purpose is I just want to grab people's attention, have them look at the first screen, smile, chuckle, satisfy their curiosity, and then share it with their friends, then I'm going to put emphasis elsewhere. So let me read you 3 examples of the kind of headlines that you might write for shareable content, where shareability is the priority. So 7 keyboard shortcuts most people have never heard of. So strong emotional trigger? Not really. I think the only emotional trigger there is a mild sense of curiosity. 7 keyboard shortcuts most people have never heard of. I wonder if I'm one of those people. Or 5 coolest bike accessories you must have. Again, mild curiosity. 12 amazing vinegar uses in your garden. I wonder what they are. Again, curiosity. So yeah, these are not really, there's certainly no emotional punch in these headlines, but I took these deliberately off a page at BuzzSumo, which tracks the most shared content. And all of these headlines were headlines for pages that were very widely shared. So if that's my thing, then I might go for a mild emotion like curiosity or amazement or surprise. But that's about it. That's about it. Now, if I am writing a headline for a sales page or content that is pre-selling, or a sign-up, a registration page where I not only want people to kind of look at the first screen and think, that's interesting, but I actually want to engage them more deeply and keep them involved on that page and keep scrolling around and scrolling down and stay there until they take the action that I want them to take, then yes, I'm probably going to look at the power of emotion a little more closely. So I'm going to give you a before and after example. I just made this one up. So how to fix a broken mountain bike chain when you are out on the trail. So kind of typical how-to headline. There's probably 1,000 YouTube videos that address exactly this. How to fix a broken mountain bike chain when you are out on the trail. Now, I'm going to rewrite that, or rather I'm going to change the second half of that to get some emotional engagement happening. How to fix a broken mountain bike chain when you're far from home and alone. All right, let's change the last few words. How to fix a broken mountain bike chain when you're far from home and alone. So it's kind of so hands up if you can recognize the the emotion I'm trying to stimulate here. Yes, it's fear. It's fear of being far from home and alone when you've got a broken mountain bike chain. So the thing about this is that when I say you're far from home and alone, that's not scary. I'm not trying to write a scary headline. I'm not trying to write an emotional headline in and of itself. What I'm doing is I'm kind of opening the door. I'm creating an opportunity for you to fill in the spaces. So you can think, oh my goodness, and you picture in your mind, oh, maybe there's a storm coming. Maybe it's getting dark. Maybe this person, maybe it's me, maybe I'm stuck out in the woods on my own, maybe there's zombies behind the trees. Okay, so I'm going a little bit too far there. But you see the point. When you write the headline, what you're doing, if you want to solicit an emotion, is you create the space, you enable that emotion to flow in from the reader, from your audience. So I'm going to give you another example, and I'm doing this because I want to show you the interplay, or rather give an example of the interplay between words and imagery. So recently I was down in Austin, Texas. I was a speaker at an event, the Web Intensive, put on by my friends at American Writers and Artists. And excuse all the note taking, but I've got to read the headlines from here. One of my fellow speakers was Ryan Deiss, founder of digitalmarketer.com. And he shared a wonderful example of kind of emotions at play. It was an advertisement for 1-800-GOT-JUNK. So that's that service. They'll come to your house, they'll haul away your junk. And that's a wonderful thing. So the headline on this advertisement really wasn't much to write home about. It just said, "Goodbye junk, hello relief." So yeah, there's a kind of arc there. There's a transformation from the kind of bad feelings associated, the negative feelings associated, and the stress maybe associated with having a house piled up with junk, and then hello relief, that feeling of lightness and freedom afterwards. But on its own, the headline is really not very powerful. Goodbye junk, hello relief. For me, it certainly doesn't solicit much in the way of an emotional response, except the visual elements here were very, very strong. So they had the picture of the home, they had the picture of the truck pulling out, the junk is gone, and there's this couple, played very well. A couple of actors are playing this young couple, I guess in their late 20s, and they're standing very close together. As I recall, they're just kind of touching, and there's this sense that they feel huge relief that the junk is gone. And this again is where the combination of the words and the imagery, and in this case, I think the imagery does the really kind of heavy lifting. What you see here, the interplay between this couple, you can almost fill in those spaces and imagine the kind of stress and maybe slight antagonism between the two while the junk was still in the house. And now the junk is gone, and you get this feeling of kind of renewed closeness and intimacy between the pair. Wonderful advertisement. Very good example of the use of emotion in terms of selling and driving action, like, you know, call 1-800-GOT-JUNK, and you can feel this kind of level of relief as well. So that's the point I wanted to make, is that yes, I kind of agree with Sheila when she says, you know, should every headline have an emotional punch? I disagree with the punching bit. I think you do far better to use a lighter touch. Your job is not to describe or punch out that emotion. It's simply to use words that kind of open the door, open the window, and allow your viewer, your reader, your audience to kind of step in and fill in with their own emotions. And then the second point I wanted to make is that very often when it comes to emotions, it's not just about the headline, it's about the interplay between the headline and the imagery on that page, that advertisement, that commercial, whatever it is you're creating. Okay, I hope you found that useful. Thank you.